G'day football fans and welcome to, something a little bit different. It's sort of an experiment. It's sort of, it's weird. Do you remember that famous saying from Sir Alex Ferguson way back when about Zinedine Zidane? He was like, give me Zidane and 10 planks of wood and I'll win you a Champions League. Today we're doing that, except if those planks of wood were also Zinedine Zidane. I guess. I'll explain. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment what you think, and let me know anything else that you want me to do similar to this. If there's any experiments or whatever you might reckon that you want me to do, let me know down below. Let me explain. So we are here on whoscored.com. We are looking at the Manchester City squad, of course, because, I mean, Manchester City fan. Anyway, we're looking at the Manchester City squad. If you scroll down here, it has this, the squad and all their stats and everything. I've sorted it by rating. That's what we're going to do for every Premier League club, where they're going to go to the editor on Football Manager, where the Manchester City squad's now looking like this. So there is 22 Erling Haalands. I might change that so there's 25 for each team, but off camera, just so that I don't bore you, I'm going to go through all 20 Premier League teams. Obviously, I've already done Manchester City, so I don't have to do much there. I'm going to go through the rest of them and duplicate their best player according to their who scored average rating. And then we're going to find out which team performs the best with... Imagine having 22 Erling Haalands on the field. I mean, you're going to need one of them in goals, but... I mean, they're all going to... You're never going to win the ball off them, because they're just going to brutalise you. Anyway, I'll see you soon, and we'll go through all the squads. Alright, we are back. That took way longer than I thought it was going to, and a lot more changes to the database than I anticipated. I haven't actually clicked a button yet. I've just loaded in the game with everything done. I thought I'd say, firstly, that... I mean, obviously, I don't have any control over any of the teams. You can see on your screen here, I'm just an unemployed random manager. Again, random name generator is the only way to go for picking your manager name. So I don't actually really know how any of this is going to go. I'm assuming, because I didn't change positions or anything, I'm assuming they're going to have to get goalkeepers in, or maybe Erling Haaland's going to be a goalkeeper. I don't really know. The other thing I'll say is, with the players that we've chosen, I did go over only if they've played more than 1,000 minutes, because I didn't want to pick, like, for example, Cody Gakpo had played more minutes than the person we have, or no, had a higher average rating is what I should say, than the person we did choose, but he's only played like 6 games, so I thought that was weird. Another example is Reece Nelson from Arsenal, so he's, played a handful of matches, but has the highest average rating in the squad. According to, all of this is according to who scored, so obviously, not my opinion or anything like that. It's just exactly what has come from the website. The other thing, I didn't pick goalkeepers. So, like, I think Aston Villa, the highest rating was actually Emi Martinez. Didn't pick Emi Martinez, just thought that would be boring. So that's the selection criteria. I guess also all the players that we've removed are now in free agency sort of thing. Like, so any team could go and pick up Alisson, Kevin De Bruyne, like that sort of thing. So the teams that we look at now may not be the teams that end the season, but I mean, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. All right, so here are the 22 teams. Let's just go straight through them. Arsenal, looking at the players. It is Gabriel Jesus. I didn't realize they wouldn't have names. Why do they not have names? But as you can see here, they're picked in every position but goalkeeping. So it's Gabby Jesus for Arsenal. Aston Villa, we have got Ollie Watkins. Oh man, they're all wanted. And they're all listed. What are you talking about? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? How can you only have like 6 Ollie Watkins left? I don't understand. They also won't have photos because the way that the face pack works, obviously it connects them to their like unique ID, and when you start like duplicate a player, it gives them a new unique ID. Anyway, Bournemouth, we have got... Oh, we've got people in on loan. I didn't consider that. And then, where's the actual person? Now I can't remember who this is. Someone who plays in midfield and is English for Bournemouth. Bournemouth, who are you? Is that... What's happened? Where is he? I don't understand. Bournemouth have lost someone. I don't know who it is, but they've lost someone. It's a midfielder. Who would it be for Bournemouth? Okay, I've had a look at my notes. It's Marcus Tavernier. Imagine this is all Marcus Tavernier. Anyway, team full of Marcus Tavernier and some loanies. This is so stupid. It's way too late at night for me to doing this. Brentford, it's Ivan Toney. Again, a team that has listed a bunch of them for transfer for some reason. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. Brighton, it'll be, I think it's Solly March. Again, there's no real Solly March here, and they've again listed a bunch of them for transfer. I don't understand. Don't know what's happening. But that's 22 Solly Marches for Brighton. Chelsea, it was Thiago Silva, I think. Yep. 22 Thiago Silva's, Dennis Zakaria and João Felix. I just can't be bothered changing it, honestly. Crystal Palace, it was Joachim Anderson. Oh, they've been given goalkeepers. That's interesting. I mean, good for them. They've also, again, listed a lot of them for transfer, which is just bizarre. I don't really understand it, but it is what it is. Everton, it is James Tarkowski. I don't know how it's going to go having centre backs. I don't know if I have, like, as I was going through, I don't think I had a favourite or like someone I thought would be the best option or something like that. But Mitrovic for Fulham, of course. For Leeds, I think it was Strauch. Yeah, it's Pascal Strauch, who is listed for loan. Every other version of him is. Leicester, it was James Maddison, who's also doesn't exist anymore. It's a weird universe, man. I don't understand what's happened. For Liverpool, I think it's Mo Salah. It is Mo Salah. 22 Mo Salahs and an Arthur, so that's good. Manchester City, of course, it was Erling Haaland. United, I think it was Bruno. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes, Wout Weghorst, and Marcel Sabitzer. It's going to be weird to see what happens with all of these transfer listed fellas. Newcastle, it was Kieran Trippier, which is probably not a bad option. I think my favourite actually was Southampton, which is James Ward-Prowse, it should be. Apparently I didn't get rid of the rest of them. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, that was weird. I fixed it, I guess. Either way, they do have all of them transfer listed, except, I mean, somebody still wants this other one that isn't transfer listed, which, I mean, look, fair enough. Go off, do whatever you want, man. Alright, Nottingham Forest, it is Caitlin Abbas and a bunch of Serge Aurier and Brennan Loddy down there. That's good. Then Tottenham, I think it's Harry Kane. It is a bunch of Harry Kane and a few loanees, so that's cool. West Ham, it was Declan Rice, who every Declan Rice is wanted by Manchester City, I imagine. Yeah, this is weird. I got to tell you, it is late at night, and like I'm going out of my mind. Look, this is bizarre. I don't know why I decided to do this. Anyway, Ruben Neves it is for Wolves. Let's now look in terms of predictions. I think it's going to be very weird. I guess that's one prediction. I think Manchester City is still going to win the league because they have 22 Erling Haalands, and that doesn't ever sound like a bad thing, I guess. Like it could be better, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Put your predictions down below. I'm going to say a Manchester City win. Hopefully, we get to see some beautiful lineups of a full lineup of Haaland versus a full lineup of Thiago Silva, or something like that. Like an example like that. I don't know. I mean, that one seems like it'd go one way, and one of them's ending with a torn hamstring. So, anyway, I'm going to skip through to the end of the season. See you soon, I guess. The season has come to an end, and we are ready to, see what happened. I'm very curious to see if any of the squads actually stayed together as just 22 of that player, because I also realised that, I guess squad building's probably an issue as well. in terms of like the registration rules and things, like Erling Haaland. Oh wait, he's born in Leeds. Does that not matter? Maybe he doesn't matter. But then like Mohamed Salah isn't English and isn't trained by Liverpool. What did they do for the Champions League? You know what I mean? Didn't think about that. Also, just couldn't be bothered. Honestly, like if I had have thought of it, wouldn't have been bothered. Let's see who won. Anyway, I'm gonna. How can I do it blindly? Let's go just Prem. English Premier Division. Manchester City have won it. I mean, a few things. First up, Bernardo Silva is at Tottenham. Livakovic is the keeper for City. I mean, there's a lot of movement here. But like looking at the goals, where's like, geez, Fabio Silva has scored 18 goals. What? The first person who is like the legitimate version of themselves is Mo Salah down here with 12 goals. Whereas Mo Salah up here also got 18 goals, so that's pretty impressive. What about where assists? Mo Salah also got, that can't be the same Mo Salah, can it? 12? Oh no, that's a different one that got 12. I'm very confused. It's very confusing, I gotta be honest. Manchester City have got an absolute squad here. Okay, so they do have a lot of their Haalands left over. The actual Erling Haaland is available for the under 18s. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. They've also just brought in, I mean, obviously a bunch of players who would have been free transfers because I just released them all. But if you look at transfer history, they did spend 8 million on Dominic Livakovic, and then has anybody? I want to know if anyone's sold any of their players. Like, can we look at transfers? So if we look, nah. I mean, this is just a whole. Oh, Harry Kane or a Harry Kane got loaned to Tottenham, and is now joining United permanently. One of the Declan Rices loaned to Arsenal. Anyone else? Come on. Yes. Who's from Crystal Palace? Joachim Anderson. Got loaned to what am I saying? Got loaned to Southampton. One of the James Ward-Prowses went to Newcastle. One of the other. This is so stupid. One of the other Joachim Andersons went to Lille. Who's here? Fulham. Who's Fulham? Mitrovic went to Southampton. Oh, they've got a good 27 million for one of the James Ward-Prowses there. Twice. Have Newcastle bought multiple James Ward-Prowses? They have. They've got 3 of them. They've also loaned one. This is so stupid. This is I don't know why I've made this video. I gotta be honest. They've also got Luis Diaz. I just noticed, which is cool. This is such a weird video, man. I don't know why I did this. They've also bought Handanovic. Man, there's heaps of movements, isn't there? This is crazy. Did any move for big fees? Not so much there. Nope, still no. No. Oh. Who's from Leicester? James Maddison moved to... one of the James Maddisons moved to Southampton for almost 20 million. Nothing there. Nothing here. 26 million. One of the Harry Kanes. One of the many Harry Kanes. Not really. Not really big fees, I should say. If we sort it by the fee, who got the highest fee? One of the James Ward-Prowses got the highest fee. And then the actual Mitrovic got sold to Brighton. This is such a weird world. Alright. So Manchester City won. This is so silly. Who got relegated? Relegated without winning a game, only 4 points, was the Ivan Toney team. they did manage to bring in a few people, but I mean, they do have a 16-year-old in goals. Romeo Beckham is there and actually had to play 38 Premier League games. They got in Harvey Elliott, which is alright. Tony somehow lost trust in his manager. They did bring in a few players, but it just didn't work out for him, did it? Wolves, so the Ruben Neves team, still with a lot of Ruben Neveses. It didn't work out. They trained one of them to play on the left wing and another one to play on the right wing, so that's cool. They also trained a few to play centre-back, which I guess makes sense. You probably need some. Who else got relegated? Leeds. Who was Leeds? Oh, Pascal Strauch. Oh, goodness me. It's a good thing they made transfers. They did train one of them to play up front. He scored 14 goals. That is ridiculous. So Leeds retrained Pascal Strauch to play up front, and he scored 14 league goals. That's incredible. That's amazing. That is so good. That's why I made this video. That it's all worth it now. Just for Pascal Strauch scoring 14 league goals. All right, Everton. Tarkowski. Nothing interesting really, except one of them played in midfield once, so that's cool, I guess. Anything else? Just gonna go through each squad now. Who is this again? If this was Solly March, it was. And it seems like they've just not really enjoyed any of them's company. And have just tried to get rid of most of them. They've also got who's this? Tarkowski. It must be. Yeah, it's Tarkowski. All right. Anyway, Southampton. There you go. How did the James Ward-Prowses go? Yeah, lovely. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, see, like they've got. He's a left winger here. He can play on the right here again. Any of them play striker? Yeah. Is that the same? That can't be the same person then, right? No, that's Ollie Watkins. Okay. And then who's this? That's James Maddison. Yeah, James. Wow. So they've made a few transfers. They've also got who would this be? Oh, that's Joachim. They've got two Joachim Andersons. They've got I mean, they've retrained a bunch of James Ward-Prowses to play right back, which is cool. Trained some to play midfield. They've also brought in James Maddison, Ollie Watkins, and Mitrovic. Very bizarre. This is so confusing. Fulham, lots of Mitrovic's still around, which is great to see. None of them retrained with another position, which is disappointing. I would like to see Mitrovic as a centre half, just for the tackling, I guess. Crystal Palace, again, nothing really interesting, except that they've got a Ruben Neves, I guess, and then Ollie Watkins again. Bournemouth did a lot better than I thought they would. Who was from Bournemouth? It was Tavernier for Bournemouth. They trained one of them to play striker as well. Two of them to play striker as well. Kept a lot of them around, which is nice, I guess. Made a few purchases, like Steve Cook's come in. That's good to see. He's come back. Yeah, he's come back to Bournemouth. That's interesting. Then who's this? Oh, that's the same person. Let's have an ear again. West Ham, Declan Rice. Geez, they must have made money, surely. Because that's not 22, is it? Did they? Let's look at transfer history. Outgoing. No. Haven't sold it. They did bring in Phil Foden, which is good. And James Hilson. I don't know. It's weird that they haven't sold one of their Declan Rice. That doesn't feel... No. They're also being managed by Luis Enrique. Anyway, Leicester, still Brendan Rodgers. Lots of Madisons still around, and Will Lancashire is their only striker, except for this other Madison, who scored 8 goals, which is decent. I'm going to change this. Nah, it's too late. Not going to change now. Forest did a lot better than I thought they would with just Serge Aurier. They did bring in a few people, but not necessarily people that you'd think would be, completely changing the shape of the future of the club. I can't talk. It's way later than I would usually be up. Arsenal with Gabby Jesus's, the many Gabby Jesus's. Yeah, they just had a lot of attackers, didn't they? Trained one of them to play in midfield, two of them played. The actual one, the real life Gabby Jesus to play in midfield. We've also got someone back here who's... That's Declan Rice, isn't it? That's a Declan Rice, yep. They brought in Pickford, that's cool. Patrick Vieira is their coach, that's cool. Aston Villa did better than I thought with the Ollie Watkins brigade. Didn't train a single one of them to do anything different. And, yeah, just brought in a bunch of people. Boring. Manchester United with the Brunos. The actual Bruno is listed for transfer. Keeping a lot of them around, and they've trained them... Really, they've trained them like around the pitch. Like there's a bunch of strikers, a bunch of wingers, really making the most of their Brunos. Newcastle, who's new? Trippier, nothing interesting really. I mean, they've brought in whoever that is, James Ward-Prowse, I guess. Where are we up to? Chelsea. Thiago, this is going to be dire, isn't it? Yeah. I'm very surprised that they've done as well as they have. Because they finished fourth. I look at other competitions and say they made the Champions League quarterfinals, losing to Ajax, which isn't great, but that's pretty great. I'm impressed. I'm genuinely impressed with that. Liverpool with the Mo Salahs, lots of Mo Salahs. None of them really doing anything but scoring, except this one who played in midfield a little bit. Tottenham, second last Tottenham, which was Harry Kane. Lots of Harry Kanes. None of them playing on the right, all of them playing on the left, and I guess that. No, it doesn't make sense. It just none of it makes sense really. That's the crux of it. They had a good squad in there, like Rodri coming in, Tomiyasu, Bernardo, Casado, Robertson, Diaz, Alice. Like they made some really good deals. So it makes sense that they came second. But Manchester City, how do they look with their many Haalands? None of them retrain. One of them retrained so he can play left wing. Then in terms of the players that came in, I feel like Tottenham brought in better players. I mean, Raheem Sterling's back, Enzo, Zinchenko's back as well, Reece James. I would froth seeing Reece James at Manchester City. That would be fantastic. I would love my life as long as he could stay fit. Looking at player... Here we go. Goals. One of the Mitroviches, Son for Chelsea. One of the Salahs, Fabio Silva. One of the Haalands. One of the Mitroviches. God, this is confusing, man. Most shots, one of the Haalands. Most assists, one of the Salahs. Most... What? Oh, God. Most player of the matches, Bernardo Silva. That's cool. Mark Rocco came into... It's weird that none of the... I mean, only two of them are like our people, you know what I mean? Most tackles... Cool. Clean sheets, of course, none of our players. Fewest conceded, none of our players. Who won the Champions League? Let's go... Okay, let's look at Liverpool. They got knocked out... No, they're in the Champions League final. Against Porto. That's weird. Who else got knocked out? Porto Ajax was one of the semi-finals. City got knocked out by Barcelona. Chelsea got knocked out by Ajax. We already knew that, sorry. Porto knocked out PSG. That's massive. What about FA Cup? FA Cup. United won that, so Bruno Fernandes gets one. And then where's Carabao Cup? Tottenham. They ended their drought, so that's good to see. This was very weird. I'll go back to looking at just the Premier League, I guess. I don't know how to explain that. That was... Look, it didn't go how I thought it would go, and I think that's because all of the other players were still available, and you can get free transfers for literally any player ever in the Premier League. So, look, maybe I could do it again in another way, but look, it was definitely... I'm definitely confused and tired. Confused and tired, both. Both of those things. Anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching whatever the hell this was. Make sure you do leave us a like down below. Let me know if there's any other weird experiments you'd like to see. If you'd like to see different kinds of players get picked to be the full squad. If the main idea for it was actually James Milner. So if you want to see James Milner, like a team full of James Milners and how that would go in the Premier League, let me know. I can put more time into it. I can put, whatever. Let me know, and we'll see how we get on. Thank you guys very much for watching. Until we go again, with something hopefully more normal. Peace.